So Rashida Tlaib goes out and boos Hillary Clinton. And it was such a mild boo, folks. It was such a mild boo. If you've ever been to a sporting event or even a bad band, concert, whatever, you've heard people boo before, right? Really boo. And Rashida just simply went, I'll boo, boo, right? You know, when we win Monday or whatever, we'll let the haters see things as they are. And it was such a mild thing. Well, first things first, Hillary Clinton is absolutely nobody. She's not an elected official. She's nothing. But she has run off at the mouth round the clock. And she has taken shot after shot after shot after shot at Bernie Sanders' campaign. This is from the same parasitical amoeba that is the vote blue sycophant, that has talked of unity and has gone crazy trying to make sure that nobody tears down anybody. And you see the wastes, the refuse of humanity saying, hey guys, doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to support the nominee. We haven't even had the Iowa caucus yet. And there are people already proving they have no negotiation skills whatsoever and are dropping the bomb saying, I'm going to support the nominee. But Hillary has taken incredible amounts of license to take a shit on Bernie Sanders. And one of Bernie's surrogates says, I'll boo her. And every Tom, Dick, and establishment hairy nut is out there yapping gums, flapping gums, talking smack about how Bernie needs to get on his surrogates to apologize. I'm telling you right now, as a Bernie supporter, as someone who is sick and tired of having to bend a knee, the idea of apologizing for booing that disgusting warmongering pig that lost to Donald Trump, who gave us Donald Trump, and who arrogantly won't just leave the fucking building so we don't have to see her nasty cackle ever again. That same person. It's amazing to me that the establishment is expecting burners to take her crapping on him lying down, prostrate, face down, taking it. It's ridiculous. I can't even imagine every one of the establishment attacks from Elizabeth. Where's the talk of Bernie Sanders not thinking a woman could be president? The Elizabeth Sanders thing. Elizabeth Warren. Fuck, she didn't have a Sanders bit in her. That was just a quick shot. They just wanted to do a test bubble, put a test balloon in the air and see how we responded to that. CNN being a co-conspirator in this was right there. There's no cause for apology. No, it was supposed to be a Me Too moment. We were supposed to beat up on Bernie because, after all, you have to believe a woman, and that's what they were trying to make you. They were trying to force you into this situation where you had no choice but to beat up on Bernie because a woman said that Bernie said this, and if you don't go with what they say, you're denying her reality. And it's in these moments that you realize how toxic identity politics is. And there's Clinton, just running roughshod all over the entire progressive movement, has been for her entire career. And people are supposed to apologize for that. Think about that for a minute. Think about how just vile and disgusting these folks really are. Don't apologize, Rashida. You've got nothing to apologize for. As the millions of people who absolutely despise Hillary Clinton and hate her even more for what she said about Sanders, we're calling you our rep. Thanks for repping us. You know, Iowa's coming right around the corner. And there are tons of people out there who will not be motivated to go to the caucus, who will not vote, who will not show up, who maybe don't even understand the rules, while simultaneously the DNC is busy ruining the rules, checking the rules, wrecking the rules, allowing Bloomberg on the stage, and doing even more to try to get the superdelegates, instead of being there on a second round, to be there on the first because they're afraid Sanders is going to run away with it. Now, I want you to think about this for a minute, because there are horrible people out there that have gone so far as to say they're going to support the nominee. They've already stated it unequivocally. No matter what, I'm going to support the nominee. However, there's no however. That's like the shittiest negotiating tactic I've ever seen in my life. Hey, guys, you do whatever you want to do. Run roughshod all over it, because at the end of the day, I'm just going to end up voting for the nominee. So it doesn't make a hell of beans of difference what you say or do, right? Because they already know they got you locked down. You're voting for the nominee. A compassless piece of wet toilet paper. I'm just going to vote for the nominee. We left out of 2016. People always say, no, don't relitigate 2016. Oh, no, there's nothing good that'll come from it. There were people running around bragging about how the DNC had reformed itself, how they had made all these new rules, and how all of a sudden the superdelegates weren't going to go into the second round and all this stuff. And lo and behold, we find out what it's like to be a private corporation in America. They make the rules. It doesn't matter if they're fighting to represent you and I. They don't have to answer to us. Do you understand? I have no idea what the yellow vests cost, but it might be time for you to go out there, get sized, you go to the tailor, have them check you out, and get you a proper fitting yellow vest. You might even want to get one that can fit over a bulky jacket, so get one a little extra size, and then get one for the spring and summer, because if they keep this up, the only way we stand a chance is if we don't allow them to. If we make it so utterly painful and obvious that we will not support the nominee if they pull this bullshit. Absolutely retain our cards and fight back. Maybe we got a shot. I see a lot of people already talking about contingency plans. There is no such thing as contingency planning in these events. You go balls deep, straightforward, fist in the air, right in their face, and you go for the nomination. If they screw around, there's no plan B. You go after them. You put the vest on, and you do what you got to do. You civil disobedience, you block traffic, you lock arms, you do whatever it takes. You do not allow them to do this 2 election cycles in a row. They do not get that chance. Have you seen the number of people that show up to Bernie's rallies? I mean, seriously. It's no wonder they're terrified of this. It's no wonder they're rigging their nomination process as we speak. It's no wonder they're changing the rules in the middle of a damn election. It's no wonder they're moving voting places around, polling places around, caucusing places around, so that people will be disheveled and lost and not show up, because they want to rig this thing. You know, I spend an awful lot of time focusing on economics. And you know why? Because the lies that these parasites tell about we can't afford it, where are we going to get the money, are so pervasive and so disgusting and vile that if we don't have an answer for how you're going to pay for it, they're just going to run right over us because the average person doesn't have a clue. And they don't take the time. They're not a great citizen. They don't take the time to think about it. They just run around with whatever MSNBC says, Paul Krugman says. But this is even more base. This is even more base. This right here is straight up about voting. Forget the policy space right now. These parasites, why don't they just do away with this idea that they're having a primary and just select the corporate sellout, the corporate shill, the right-wing business Democrat, third-wave bullshit, neo-lib, so that we have a chance to pull together all the people that don't want to support that parasite and really, really take an opportunity to go outside of the duopoly. I mean, if you got a first past the post system, the people in the streets, telling you what, bread and circuses, folks, they want to keep us calm. And they think you will be calm. And there's enough dipshits out there saying, I'll support the nominee no matter who. That, you know what, I guess they don't have a lot of reason to be too worried. They can go ahead and rig the system because of these parasites. I'm going to support the nominee, don't worry. But in the meantime, I'm fighting for Bernie. But afterwards, I'm definitely supporting the nominee. Have you heard people saying that? Have you heard them literally giving up their bargaining power? What makes someone do that? Are they paid to say that? Or is that just, peer pressure within the Vote Blue no matter who sycophant crowd where, you gotta act like you're united, man, because, after all, I mean, let me tell you how different united is. Medicare for all is not maintaining all this private insurance shit where we're left out of the care that we need. No, we're not on the same team, folks. You either want to save lives or you don't give a fuck. It's that simple. You either want to get rid of student debt because you recognize it's killing the economy and hurting people, or you act like, I paid my student debt. Why should anybody else get ahead? Fuck them, right? You either care or you don't give a shit. We're not united. You either want to save the planet and keep it hospitable and habitable for our children, or you've got some sort of an escape pod to Elysium somewhere because you're rich like that. You either care or you don't care. And this is the progressive versus Vote Blue sycophant. Vote Blue sycophant that doesn't care if the person is Medicare for all in the end, that they're just going to vote for the nominee because what are you going to do, get Trump? Remember that shit? They're not very good people, folks. They're just not. They're just not. It's gambling with people's lives that they have no business gambling with. Gambling with our sanity by gaslighting us. Gambling with our homes, our children, our schools, everything. They want Rashida Tlaib to apologize for booing Hillary. They want Bernie, they're trying to make Bernie, make your surrogate apologize. This is a thing, folks. These parasites, it's a thing. Do you realize this looks exactly like the way Democrats and Republicans act towards one another? The only difference is that progressives actually have policy and a direction and a compass that is not Wall Street driven. And the others, well, they're just like teabaggers, aren't they? Better bedside manners at best. And I don't even think they have better bedside manners. Look at the wicked, stupid nonsense that comes from their mouths. It's never progressive speak. It's always fall in line speak. It's always lesser specimen speak. It's always dumb it all down speak, because they're really not about change. They're not about anything. They're about a team sport. They're about vote blue no matter who. Rashida, please don't apologize. We need a strong advocate. Bernie needs a strong advocate, and you're doing a great job. Whatever you do, do not allow them to force you to apologize. And Bernie, stand by her, because by standing by her, you're standing by us. I'm Steve Grumbine with Real Progress in Action. Have a great day.